Hi, everybody, and thanks for joining the TestOut Network Pro 6.0 webinar entitled TestOut Network Pro 6.0. What's new, what's changed, and how will it impact my class? We appreciate you being a TestOut customer and hope this webinar can help inform you about Network Pro, the CompTIA Network Plus exam, and the impact it will have in your classroom. Just a brief overview of Network Pro. We provide lots of resources to students and teachers by providing a complete learning solution to assist in a full-featured course. This includes understandable instruction, hands-on lab, certificate preparation for CompTIA Network Plus, and employment preparation so students can enter the workforce with the knowledge and skills necessary to become assets to their company. All of these resources have been updated to reflect the newest CompTIA Network Plus certification exam. Let's talk about what CompTIA is focusing on their updated exam. This new exam was launched September 15th, 2021. The old exam will retire in June 2022. CompTIA has provided 4 different areas where they feel like the exam has changed significantly from version 7 to version 8. The first significant change is more focus on new and complex architectures. This includes technologies like the Internet of Things, software-defined networking, and new fiber optics and Cat8 cabling standards. These technologies are all included in Network Pro. CompTIA has put extra focus on cloud computing as something emerging in the industry. This includes the elasticity, scalability, multi-tenancy, and public, private, and cloud deployment models. TestOut has numerous text lessons, hands-on labs, and other resources in order to help students understand the differences between on-premise and cloud and the benefits of each deployment model. As the world continues to move farther into wireless communication, CompTIA has expanded and updated their wireless technology standards. This includes Wi-Fi 6, which is the new Wi-Fi technology standard that supports higher speeds. This objective also includes cellular data with 3G, 4G, 5G, and LTE communication methods for businesses who operate out in the field and not near a wireless router. CompTIA has emphasized security in all of their new exams, and Network Plus is no different. TestOut covers networking attacks, including malware and rogue DHCPs. We also cover risk management in order to teach students how to identify, assess, and control threats to the organization. TestOut has put together a list of learning resources that will help you and your students learn about networking in the classroom. Updated learning resources include 14 chapters, over 130 text lessons, over 1,000 quiz questions, 200 of which are new, over 100 demonstrations, over 80 quizzes, and more than 100 hands-on labs, with 35 of those being new or redone to include the latest industry technologies. TestOut has removed older objectives from their course materials that are no longer covered. As always, TestOut provides updated teacher resources to help teachers in the classroom make their lesson plans stand out and facilitate learning. This includes updated PowerPoints, release notes, course outline, new lesson plans, course objectives, and an accessibility document. This also includes course updated mappings paired with the CompTIA Network Plus exam. Of special note, with the course available for pre-release today, the course outline is now available to see all the things that we have included within the course. TestOut has removed older objectives from their course materials that are no longer covered by CompTIA objectives. This includes older cable standards like Cat3, DB9, and DB25, wireless range extenders and topologies, networking issues including reflection, refraction, and jitter, and older IoT technologies. A lot of effort has been put into updating and creating new hands-on labs. Sticking with the security theme, we have added multiple programs that help students understand network security, including John the Ripper for cracking passwords, Ettercat for poisoning DNS, and ZenMap for understanding and exploiting network topologies. pfSense software delivers edge firewall, router, and VPN functionality to homes and businesses. TestOut has included 10 different labs exploring this software and its features that are relevant to Network Pro. Wireshark is essential for understanding what's going on within your network. TestOut has hands-on labs to help students navigate and filter network packets to understand what's going on with their network and how to explore individual packets. Let's explore a Wireshark lab straight out from Network Pro. Let's go ahead and step into this Wireshark lab. In this scenario, we are a security analyst for a small corporate network. We want to find specific information about the packets being exchanged using Wireshark. Let's go ahead and open up Wireshark. As you can see, there's network traffic being generated here, so let's start capturing packets. Now, stepping into the middle of these tasks, let's try and take all IP traffic with a destination address of 192.168.0.45. So as I've hit enter, you can see that traffic is flowing not nearly as quickly. That's because we have filtered down to the destination of 192.168.0.45. At this point in time, we can come up and answer this question. What is the effect of the IP.dst filter in Wireshark? As only packets with the 192.168.0.45 destination address are displayed. Let's go down to the next one. What is the effect of the TCP.port equals 80? So if we clear this filter, we see that network traffic is still being captured. TCP.port equals 80. After hitting enter, you notice that all of the traffic that we are filtering through is only being done on port 80. All of the other traffic is being filtered out. So we can go through and we can answer this question as well. Only packets with port 80 in either the source or destination port are displayed. We have also updated most of our Cisco command line interface labs to the new Cisco Web Console Administration Portal. Let's quick and step through one of these updated labs now. While the objectives of the lab might be the same, this Cisco Web Administration tool really helps students see and understand the settings that they're changing compared to the old command line interface. The Cisco Updating Firmware lab helps not only to show a new SIM, but the web administration tool for other SIMs that we have included and updated in this course. Let's walk through this one now. In this scenario, we are the IT security administrator for a small corporate network. We need to increase the security on the switch by updating the switch's firmware. So we need to, first of all, import the new firmware for the Cisco switch. From the right pane under the quick access, we can see upgrade device software. Let's select that now. We'll browse on our local host underneath the C drive. We have 3 different firmwares we can choose from. Let's update to the latest version. Select apply. This will copy from our local machine straight up. Now that we've copied up, we need to apply the current firmware to this machine. Underneath administration, file management, we can select active image. This drop-down shows the newest image that we've just updated. Let's apply this. As you can see, we have a successful application of this image. Now we need to reboot this switch in order to update. We select reboot. So now it's kicked us out of the tool because we have rebooted the switch. Let's go ahead and score this lab. We've received 3 out of 3. Now I'll pass you off to Todd to talk about classroom impact, frequently asked questions, and purchasing Network Pro for the classroom.
Thanks, Ian. My name is Todd Kirby. I am a Customer Success Manager here at TestOut. It's good to be with you. I'll be demonstrating and giving you some information and details regarding version management and LabSim classes, as well as student purchase and access with respect to transitioning to version 6.0 of Network Pro. As we go through, I will show you in LabSim how some of these things are to be done. Pre-release of version 6.0 is now accessible, with the full release accessible on December 7th. In your LabSim account, under the My Products tab, 6.0 is now available to view. You can click here to preview 6.0 and the course will launch. On or after December 7th, the full version will be available, and you can click this link Set Version here, and then select 6.0 and click Save. That will allow you to have 6.0 as the version that you are using if you were to launch the course in your LabSim account. Starting December 7th, most schools by default will be able to create new classes using 6.0. For LabSim administrators, you can go to School Details and Products and ensure the checkbox is selected for automatically make the newest version available. In LabSim, for LabSim administrators, go to My School, School Details, that shows campus, but yours will say school, and then click Products. The box here, automatically make the newest version of these products available, is checked. If it's not, you can check that and save it, and then that will allow new classes to be associated with version 6.0. If this remains unchecked, then after December 7th, you would need to come in and manually make version 6.0 available of Network Pro. For instructors, I'll switch to an instructor account. You can also go to My School, Campus Details, select Products to see if version 6.0 is available on December 7th. If it has been enabled by your administrator, then this box here will be yellow. If not, contact your LabSim administrator to make version 6.0 available for new classes. We just covered that part right there. With respect to LabSim classes and version management, existing 5.0 classes are unaffected. So if you have an existing class using 5.0, the release of 6.0 will have no impact or effect whatsoever. Support and access to 5.0 will remain, with a retirement date to be determined and to be announced. When 5.0 is retired, you will be notified, and a retirement date will also be visible in LabSim next to the product. Reporting for students who use both versions is visible by toggling between versions and class reports. In LabSim, go back to my other account. If you were to come to your class using under classes and then run grade reports, view class reports, and then run a grade book, for example, you can toggle between versions of of the product to see work that students have done in either version. I'm using Security Pro as an example because Network Pro, the full version, has not been released and I don't have a class associated with Network Pro version 6.0. But the Security Pro example will show you and demonstrate how you toggle between versions to see work that's been done by students in either version. After full release on December 7th, teaching aids will be available, including a mapping showing the differences between 5.0 and 6.0. Ian touched on this in his presentation briefly. In LabSim, back on the My Products tab, under Teaching Aids, after December 7th, there'll be new teaching aids available for version 6.0. Included will be a mapping from 5.0 to 6.0, which will show you all the differences in the chapters and sections between the two versions. Version management with respect to LMS classes. If you have an LTI 1.1 integration, Blackboard, Moodle, Schoology, or any other integration using LTI 1.1, new classes do not keep the versions originally used. The latest version, the checked version in that products page in LabSim, is what is automatically associated to the new LMS created class. For 6.0, a new LTI 1.1 course should be created, mapping to the 6.0 course outline. For Canvas EduApp, Brightspace plugin, and LTI 1.3 integrations, classes do keep the version originally used when the class was created. For 6.0, a new course should be built, not copied. If a 5.0 course is copied to 6.0, many of the links will not work because there are significant differences between the two courses. Student purchase and access. The ISBN for Network Pro remains unchanged. Typically when we update versions, the ISBN stays the same. If a new product is released, then the ISBN would be updated, or then a new ISBN would be created. In this case, the version is being updated, so the ISBN remains the same. Students purchase Network Pro without respect to version. So when your bookstore or your students purchase Network Pro, they don't have to specify, I need version 6.0 or version 5.0. Beginning December 7th, Network Pro activation codes include both 5.0 and 6.0 versions. So as mentioned, they purchase without respect to versions because the activation code starting on December 7th will include both 5.0 and 6.0. And finally, students access and work in the version associated with the LabSim class in which they are enrolled. So if a student is enrolled in your class and you are using version 5.0, that is the version that students will use and work in when they launch the course in their student LabSim accounts. If you're using 6.0, when students launch the course in LabSim, launch the product, they will work in and use 6.0 because that is the version associated with your class. Well, thank you very much. I'm going to turn the time back to Ian for some Q&A.
Thanks a lot for that in-depth look at Network Pro and everything that it offers our customers. We will now start the Q&A portion of this webinar. If you have a question, please feel free to type it up in chat and we will try our best to get to all the questions. I know that we got a lot of questions regarding 5.0. I think I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over to Todd to talk about how long 5.0 will be available and ramifications of moving to 6.0 real quick.
Yeah, thanks, Ian. The 5.0 will be available for at least 6 months, and an exact retirement date will be communicated to you and available in LabSim as well. So you should be well aware the formal retirement date long before it happens. Let's see, there's another question here regarding copying an old course in D2L from a previous semester. That won't work very well. If we do recommend, well, it is necessary actually to build a new course with using 6.0 so that all the assignment links will work in the new course. If you have questions or concerns about specifically with LMS integration as it relates to version migration, we have a great LMS team, implementation team available to help you with any of those questions or details or concerns that you may have.
We have another question about getting updated mappings from version 5 to version 6. We are trying to roll out teacher resources as quickly as possible. I'm pretty sure that this will be available before the actual release in December, but it is currently not available. I know that our team is hard at work making that a priority. Just putting a pitch out there, we have a few questions regarding integrations. And I guess I just want to say that our implementation and customer success teams are top notch. A lot of these types of questions are usually one-offs, meaning that there's a lot of different environment variables for each different course. So please, if you have questions about your course or about migrating, etc., these people are here to help, and they do a really great job of it. So kudos to them. Like I said, they can get you step-by-step instructions and help walk you through that process.
Ian, to add to that, if I may, if you want to reach our implementation team, you can simply send an email to implementation@testout.com, and they're happy to respond and assist you.
Somebody asked if all the Cisco iOS or the command prompts have been removed. The large majority of them have. There's a couple that haven't, but most of them have been removed. Just from a technology standpoint, Cisco is moving towards the web administration portal. We felt like it was necessary on our end to move that way as well. I will say that accessing this course right now, if you log in and look at your courses, there should be a Network Pro 6.0 that you can launch, as well as you can continue to launch the 5.0. So you should be able to access and view both of those if you're a current Network Pro customer. If you're not a current Network Pro customer, please contact sales. This pre-release access is definitely available to you as well. So please contact sales at your earliest convenience. Another question, which version will be tested this spring? We will continue to test both versions just because 5.0 is not necessarily going away. So there will be a short window where we will test both 5.0 and 6.0. So both of those should work out for you.
Ian, one of the questions that's being asked is regarding cloud and any cloud products coming up, or if there are cloud labs in the Network Pro course in the new version that's being released. Could you help us with that?
There are hands-on labs that go over cloud components and cloud technologies. As far as cloud courses that will be available, TestOut is currently looking at all sorts of different options when it comes to cloud, and we will have a decision for you regarding the courses that we're looking at creating. I think that's really the end of our questions. Thanks again for coming to this webinar. Like I said before, please, we're always available to talk. If you have additional questions, please talk to customer success. If they don't know the answer, they can definitely get the answer for you through somebody else.
Ian?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but this question's come up twice. There were 4 major changes on the presentation that was discussed. What was the first item discussed? I think we need a little bit more information about that question. And
so,
as well, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say that the first item that was discussed is CompTIA has more focus on new and complex architectures. This includes Internet of Things, software-defined networking, which would really be the the Cisco web administration tool, and how you can access multiple switches within that one tool, as well as new technologies, including fiber optics, Cat8 cabling, etc. Yeah, I think that that's like we said before. You will be able to access this webinar after the webinar is over. The tool that we use will go ahead and process that, and it'll send out a recording to you, and we will go from there. Thank you again for attending. We really appreciate it. If you have any additional questions, please reach out, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you.